Okay. Hi and welcome back to the Cooking Matters virtual series. I'm Abby and today I'm going to show you how to make roasted vegetables. So this recipe has three different vegetables in it, but you can substitute them for other vegetables. So the recipe calls for summer squash, mushrooms, and cauliflower, but I will be substituting them for zucchini, broccoli, and corn. So you can use anything you find at the grocery store. You can find what you have in your fridge or your freezer. And you can use canned, frozen, or fresh. So I have my fresh zucchini and my fresh broccoli, but I am using frozen corn and it'll work just as well in this recipe. So first I'll show you how to cut the zucchini. Okay, so we're gonna start with the zucchini. I've already rinsed it. So first you are going to use the point down on your knife and you're gonna use this rocking motion to cut off the stem. Then I'm gonna have you go and do the rocking motion to cut the zucchini down the middle so that you have two halves like this. And we're gonna flip them over so the flat edge is against the cutting board, and you're gonna do the rocking motion again all the way down so that they're in bite-sized pieces and they'll cook a little bit faster. And you can keep them this size, or you can even cut them in half if you prefer them even a little bit smaller mixed in with your pasta. But next we will do the broccoli. Go ahead. Okay, so now we're gonna do the broccoli. I've also already rinsed this. So first what we're gonna do is we're going to cut off this stem that's a little bit too hard to eat. Oops, I got one of them with it, but that's okay. I'll just chop it off like that. And then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna break each little floret of broccoli off individually. These ones are getting a little smaller, so I'm gonna go through and just go ahead and cut them individually. And then I'm going to go back to these pieces that I broke off and just cut off some of that hard stem. And this is the same that you would do if you were using cauliflower or another substitute for the broccoli in the same shape. And that's it. So now we will do the onions. Right, so now we have the onion. As you can see, I've already peeled this one and cut the edges off so we have the flat sides. In the recipe, it calls for a medium onion. So the easiest way I've found to cut that and peel it would be to cut it in half, just on your cutting board like that, and then to peel off each side individually, and then they will look like this. So first we're gonna go still point down on your knife and just do some slices across the onion. And you're gonna do that all the way through. And then when they're finished, you can flip them onto the other flat side and just go the other way so that you have smaller little bite-sized pieces. And you can even cut these in half again if you want them diced, but I'm going to use them in these little sliver slices. And then you'll just do that for the rest of the onion and you'll mix them in with your other vegetables. Okay, so I've preheated the oven to 425 degrees, and while that heats up, I'm gonna show you what you do with your vegetables now. So you'll put all of the cut up vegetables into a bowl together, and then we will add oil. You can use canola oil, but I'm using olive oil. And we will pour in, it says 1/4 of a cup, but I'm just going to eyeball it. And then you will add salt and pepper. It says 1/4 of a teaspoon, but again, I'm just eyeballing it and you can kind of just do it to taste. And then you'll just go ahead and mix up your vegetables with that olive oil, salt, and pepper before you roast them. So with about 15 minutes left of your vegetables roasting, you'll want to go ahead and start boiling water for the pasta. So I am using just this rotini, but you can use any wheat pasta. You can use like the banza or the chickpea based pastas. Really any kind of pasta will work for this. I know the recipe calls for penne, but you can use that. You can use rotini or really any shape that you like. And you'll just dump in all 16 ounces. After your vegetables have roasted for 30 minutes or until they're brown at the edges and your pasta's finished cooking and you've strained it, you'll put both of them together in a skillet on the stove top and you'll let it heat for 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, so then we're going to transfer it over into a serving dish. Alright, and now you can either serve it with marinara sauce, olive oil, you can add some salt, pepper, grated cheese, basil. You can just add whatever kind of seasonings you'd like. We are going to use olive oil and a little bit of basil, and I might add a little bit of garlic powder, but now it's ready to eat.